Let us know when you're ready.
You ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1. We are live.
We live here as well?
Yeah, we're
rolling.
recording.
We're rolling.
Cool, let's do this.
All right. Hi, I'm Ty Nelson,
And I'm Tim Sommer.
and you are listening to the Florida Fishing Podcast. This week I'm here with Captain Jake Fernandez with Big Storm Brewing Fishing Team. And yeah, Jake, we're excited to have you, man. I wanted to start today just so you could tell our audience a little bit about yourself, talk about your background,
Absolutely.
where are you from, what do you do, what's your favorite poem, and what's your favorite
I
type of
don't
fish to
have one,
choose.
But, all right, so I'm 6 generations in Tampa. Loved fishing since I was a kid. Started off with learning myself. My uncle lived in Miami. I used to fish off the pier there, pinfish, grunts, all that stuff. But long story short, I just got into it really well. I was actually in football for a long time, and after I graduated, I needed to do something else. And I started fishing, and I loved it. I loved the art to it. And,
Definitely, man.
you know, it's just a great, we're big, and my team, Kyle and I, we love artificial, and we hope to pursue our dream and hopefully make a living doing this. And, you know, also back 2 years ago, I got my captain's license, went to sea school in St. Pete, started guiding there. I love it. I was like telling you guys I couldn't do it full time for my back, so I do it part time and also work with Bull Bay. So I love what I'm doing this time. Hopefully I can keep it, and it's pretty much how it started, man. You know, just guiding and tournament fishing.
Cool, man. So let's go back real quick to you starting your guiding career. I mean, how'd that get started? I mean, how'd you realize that's what you wanted to do?
I hated working in an office when I did. I used to work
No
for
doubt.
one of my old sponsors for Mr. Fernandez, and I just wasn't liking it. And
Say Mr. Empanadas.
yeah, it's actually a lot of people know about it.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I've been there before. It's
great
pretty
food, man.
It's
Don't knock
delicious.
them down. They're awesome people. Great family. So 2 years ago, I was like, yeah, you know, I need to get my captain's license, do it while I'm young, because I know it takes some
Right.
time. It doesn't take time, but, you know, it is a lot of studying and stuff, and might as well do it now while I'm not in school and stuff like that. So I went to sea school, worked out great, passed all the tests first try, and wrote my hours down. I had my license in 2 weeks. I did the course where you can actually take it in Friday, Saturday, Sunday for 10-hour classes.
Nice.
Now, I do recommend going to the St. Pete one because the teachers there are unbelievable. They actually work with you. Go with a friend if you do go, because the chart plotting is pretty difficult to do alone, and you do want a study partner because people don't understand how to study for this if you're not in that class. So I
Right.
recommend going with a friend, and it's really fun when you do learn it. And when you get it, it's a big accomplishment, I think, because like I said,
Definitely.
it's something that a lot of people wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
You got to truly love it.
I can tell you from experience, I did mine online,
Yeah.
and that was a much longer time
Process,
period. I mean, it
yeah.
was like 3 months or so because I was doing it on my own time. I wish I would have knocked it out in 3 or 2 weekends,
Yeah.
you know. But I will say when I was taking the test, by the grace of God, I passed my first time, but the people that we were talking with around us were on their second try, third
Yeah.
try. I don't know how many you get, but some of them were up there.
So yeah, you
not as
actually
easy as you
get
think.
you get 3 tries for each course,
Right,
and
right.
you can all pass with a 70 except rules of the road. Rules of the road, you had to get a 90%, and I'm
Oh,
not even
wow.
kidding. That's the hardest one
Oh,
out
yeah.
of all 4. I passed out with my last try for the first, for the first time you can take it all at once, and I got a 90. And if you don't pass it, you got to go back for that class. But that
Right,
part
right.
was not fun.
Not
So
fun
I
at all, man.
definitely recommend studying your ass off to do it. You know.
Cool, man. So let's fast forward. I mean, you got your guide license, you took the class, you passed, you got your guide license, you got U.S. Coast Guard certified, right?
Yep.
And then you got your marine insurance, and now you're
Yep.
starting to guide. Like, you're a young guide, you're a young guy. How old
Yeah.
are you? Like 23?
I was 19. So what happened was I had an 18-foot boat.
Right.
I'm trying to build my clientele strictly trophy fishing, like meaning no meat trips, strictly redfish, snook, tarpon. I would like to be literally all artificial, but for now to build my brand, I do needed to get a bigger boat. So I did get a 22-foot Pathfinder for the summertime. You know, if I do have a family, once out of a couple
Oh, yeah.
clients.
I mean, you're fishing
It's
Tampa
comfortable.
Bay, man. It's known. It's
Yeah.
known
You need
for
a bigger boat for Tampa Bay
rough
because they
water.
will throw you off guard, and we literally fish in a toilet bowl, which means like there's no rhythm into the waves. There's literally it's just splashing off,
It's a washing
ricocheting
machine.
everything. You
Yeah.
need a boat that can handle it.
No
That's
doubt.
why I did sell mine. But when I do, get the funds to get another boat, I'd probably go back to an 18-foot. I would really like to get maybe a Hughes Red Fisher or a Hells Bay Marquesa, which is they almost
yeah.
have a bay boat concept, but it is
No
a
doubt.
flat boat design.
Marquesa, that's the pinnacle of the flats.
Yeah, and like I said, I do want to eventually get to the point where I'm just strictly sight fishing and using artificial. Just I'm like the fish for the hunt. It's more of a challenge for the person who does do it. They will understand whoever does, like I like to do it. And Kyle, you guys, it's a lot more fun.
Definitely.
And,
people don't quite understand. I talk to so many people and isn't it all luck? Like it's all about luck. You're just
it's
casting
not,
bait out.
For bait, sometimes, don't get me wrong. But for that, you need to know what the colors are that's working. Typically when you are sight fishing and stuff, you want to match the color of the bottom you're fishing for. So
match the hatch.
Exactly. in the wintertime, most of the fish are in mud for warmer water, and when you have a high pressure, fish do tend to eat better because of their large air bladders.
Right.
So you do want to fish a high, nice day. Redfish typically muddy water is 72 to 75 degrees. And you're fishing a mud flat, you want to use something either white, pearly, or like a sandy color. And the best all-around bait that me and Kyle use is the Z-Man Pinfish Powder Z. And if you are fishing new water, and I recommend this to everyone, you want to power fish the flat, meaning, okay, so I'm fishing South Shore today. I want to scout from Cockroach Bay all the way to Joe's Bay. You want to power fish a flat. You can't just, look at one flat and be like, I'm just going to look here today. Because it might not be there. They could be spread out.
Right.
So when I mean power fishing, you want something you can cast, reel in, cast, reel in, cast, reel in, move on to the next spot.
Right.
Paddle tails are the best for that. If
Definitely.
you're fishing, you know how Florida is. We have weeds everywhere.
Yep.
Nothing but weeds. And people get mad at that and they go like, I got to retie, or, the bait's messed up. A little piece of bait can mess up your presentation of your bait.
Right.
So I use a paddle tail and I Texas rig all these baits, and the best ones I use are black hooks or by KVD, and they're keel weighted, which is the weights in the middle.
Right.
And you got to think about if a bait's swimming, they're not swimming like this, they're swimming like this on the flat. So a keel weighted hook keeps your bait flat instead of in the front.
Right.
If you're using a jerk bait, I do actually break the seal off the weight and move it up. So I do have that jerk bait.
Right. A little jumpy. More of a
What
jumpy.
you use for like a split tail, or if you're using like the Little Johns by Mirror Lure.
Right.
So I always use, if I am searching, I would use actually a bigger jig head, like a 3/4 or an 8-ounce one, because you want to power fish. You want to cover as much ground as you're not sight fishing. Like I was telling you guys, sight fishing, I would use a 16-ounce like you, or a 1/4 ounce.
Right.
So that's what I tell people to do if you are doing that, or top water would be good. Just power fish the flat if you're new. If you're not, they're there. Use something light that hits the water real easy. Not the spook fish is the 1/4 ounce. And if I am sight fishing, I do like using jerk baits because they are, they don't have that vibration sensitivity like the paddle tails do in the water. So I'll use this jerk bait when I'm sight fishing, like the worm I was telling you guys about.
Cool, man.
But that's what I do. That's what it's good to look for. And one of the reasons why I like your product so much is because you guys have light reels, and our rods for Bull Bay, they're light. We do about 1,000 casts a day. When you are fishing, you want something that's comfortable, and this is the perfect setup. Not only that, they just look badass. Everyone knows what y'all's reels look like.
Starting to know. They're starting to know. Anyways.
But yeah, man, that's what we
real quick. I just want to say this segment is brought to you by Big Storm Brewing.
Yeah, we just got our new title sponsor, Big Storm. They're the best brewery in the States. I definitely recommend going to them. They do have our favorite beer right now. It is the Tropic Pressure Florida Ale. Great beer. We will have a tournament soon that will be catering this, so just stay tuned for that. Definitely check them out. Go to there. They do have trivia nights, Kyle. I'm not mistaken. What day? Wednesday nights. Really cool, really fun. They pay for your tab, right?
If you win.
So it's fun, man. The food's phenomenal.
I love trivia.
So yeah, it's really good. It's a really good time to go.
Cool. So why don't you tell us a little more about the Big Storm Brewing fishing team?
How'd that all happen?
Okay, so we were looking for a new title sponsor, and Kyle's family friends with the owner, and they wanted to branch out into the fishing industry, and we have also connects for them, vendors where they can get their name out there. They already have a name. I mean, everyone knows Big Storm, but they want to get in this industry. So we typically get them some of our contacts. They do want to start, doing catering tournaments or just getting the name out there. So they said, why don't we do this? Let's do this. I want to get in. I want to sponsor you guys. I know you guys are going to do a lot of tournaments this year. I go, absolutely, let's do it. It's really fun. We got the jerseys coming up, so you guys will see that soon. They're pretty badass. Can't wait to get those.
Yeah, man. We're definitely excited to get the reels in your hands so you and Kyle can really put them to the test here this year. at
Looking
the end of
forward to it.
2017 as well as 2018 season.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to put these out in the tournament industry. I mean, we're going to be fishing over 20 tournaments this year. We are doing all IFA, Florida Pro, TBRT, all charity nonprofit organization tournaments. Which is hopefully Big Storm can get involved with.
Awesome.
We will be using y'all's reels all the time, and we do want to branch them out because these could be the next big thing. And I hope they are. Because, like I said, it's time. This day and age, my age and y'all's age, we like to look good, and like I said, you dress good, you look good, you feel good, you're gonna fish good.
That's right.
So
That's
everything,
right.
and like I said, these reels and they look good with any combination. And as well, you guys have the 10-to-1 sealed ball bearing system, the carbon fiber drag, and the 5-to-1 ratio. So
show it to the Facebook Live real quick.
yeah. So if you guys never seen them, man, they're pretty dope. You can tell. I recommend match the reel with your rod. So if you are throwing any type of flats, inshore rod like our Bull Bay Stealth Sniper, they're medium light reel or rod. 7.6. So the 7.6 is typically to fish the flat, not actually sight fish. And when the 7.6, you get more distance. And this is 6 to 12 pound line capacity for braid. So what that mean is this is not all the reels you see now in rods. You see the line capacity, but it's for mono still.
Right.
So this is actually for braid. So if you have 6 to 12 pound braid between that line here, you're gonna get the best casting distance you can get. And our rods are made for braid. Also as well, we do use the latest technology in guides too. Like you guys use the latest technology in your reels. We do all tangle-free guides. They're meant for braid. So, and our warranties really good right now, lifetime. So if you guys do check us out as well. And this is, I believe, what reel is this one?
This is yours.
Oh, this is mine. The 2500. Now, the reason why I like this one is, like I said, it's real light. It's meant for my rod, and the best thing is this handle. You don't see those in these size reels, and they're really comfortable. They're really good for, like I said, we do throwing 1,000, 2,000 casts a day. You want something real comfortable for you.
Right, especially when you're power fishing, throwing that paddle tail, you're casting over and over.
Exactly, man.
Lightweight, but also that larger handle. For me, it's more comfortable when I'm throwing, a paddle tail or top or a larger bait.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, we're definitely excited to have you using the reels.
I'm
excited
really
what you're doing
man.
with Big Storm Brewing fishing team. Why don't you tell us a little bit real quick? I know you're fishing with your buddy Kyle. Why don't you tell us about how you met Kyle?
Started?
How long have you known Kyle?
Yeah, so me and Kyle actually went to school together at Plant. We played football together since we were kids. So he loves the passion of fishing. He's a diehard fisherman like myself, and
cool, man.
We clicked one day and. We went fishing, and we're like, man, I like fishing with him. He's a great person.
More importantly, you said he's great at pulling the boat.
Man, I get to be on the pointy end of the boat. So, yeah, I mean, not only that, man, you just want to fish with someone that you're comfortable with, and, you don't want to fish with people that you're like, you don't really know too much about, or you actually don't like him as a person. It's just not fun. Fishing is to be fun. You want to have a good time, especially with the person you want to be with. We both love drinking beer, so Big Storm's gonna hook us up, out in the tournament. So.
After the tournament, right?
After the tournament, because you're not supposed to have it in the tournament. Some you can. Right? But yeah, we're looking for. He's a great partner to have for fishing, so we're looking forward for this year. Like I said, this year is going to be really good, and our goal is, like I said, we're going to try to win as much as we can. Hopefully make $5,000 to $10,000 this year.
Cool, man.
And winning.
Cool.
So hopefully we can. We're looking forward to it. We are pre-fishing actually. Tomorrow we got the live bait series on Saturday. We're just doing it. Big Storm.
Is this Florida Pro or?
Yeah, that's like a little series they do. It's the live bait division. We're just gonna have fun with it. It was a last minute thing. So
cool. We might have to break out the GNU crew.
Yeah, you guys could, man. It's out of EG, so Cockroach is right next to it. You can get inside of there, and inside Cockroach is endless.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's fish in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's a crazy place.
Yeah, we actually didn't get the pre-fish south, so we're going to run to our own water, which is north of Gandy and Collins Way. So it's going to be a little run for us.
A little bit of a hike.
That's what we got the 4-stroke for, 74-stroke. So it's going to be good. Man. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. There's a lot of people I know that are fishing it, so it's going to be fun. A little competition for everyone.
Cool.
And
cool.
Looking forward to it. We got actually. We're trying to do a tournament for Bull Bay. I don't know if y'all heard of that.
Did hear a little bit about that.
Hopefully in October, November area. It's gonna be really fun. Actually, we're thinking about when we do it, we're gonna have entry fee you can get a rod. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a
insane.
great tournament, man. It's going to be really fun. So that's definitely in the works. So
And
we're gonna
when
get
is
that
that?
going.
When are you guys shooting for?
We're going to shoot for like November, October, man, because we just got to get everything ready. We want to fish. We want it to be a good time. That's
Right.
still, sight fishing area, between that right before December, January.
right.
So you could get that negative tide in the morning that time of year. It'll be challenging. Hopefully it'll be an artificial tournament. I'm hoping, just to
Right,
make it more
right.
fun.
Pushing
Yeah.
for that.
We'll see.
Not
We'll
a
see
ton
what
of
happens.
those around Tampa, I've noticed.
There's
man.
not.
It's a lot of live bait fishing.
No, and we were actually thinking about, there ain't no tarpon tournaments here, man.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe
It's
next
a huge
year,
tarpon fishery.
me and Kyle talking about that. Maybe next year we do a tarpon tournament. Like what is it? The one that they do up? I don't know where it is, but they do like the smallest tarpon wins or something. It's like the salty fly. I don't know. But or poonfecta.
Poonfecta. There
So
you
it's
go.
a picture one, yeah. Well, I want to do something like that where it can't be over 40, because after over 40 inches, you can't
You're
bring
not
them in the
allowed to
water.
lift it, yeah.
Right.
So I say, make a tournament to where, it can be under 40 inches. You can pick them up, take
Right.
pictures, have the measuring device instead of just off a truss, because you know how Tampa Bay is. A lot of people aren't.
Right.
They ain't telling the truth,
So
man.
it's
They'll do anything
more-
to win something. So
We're
yeah,
fishermen, man. We're known to be
Exactly.
liars.
it ain't like the Keys and stuff where you off, trust. So definitely got to do something like that, and I do want to do that next year. Hopefully get that going.
Cool. So it'd be
Maybe-
like largest tarpon under 40 inches.
or like most tarpon. We'll have a category for that. Biggest, just like every other tournament.
Yeah, cool.
Strictly artificial. You can use fly, obviously, and stuff. It'll be fun. I think we should make it a weekend tournament, Saturday or Sunday. You know what I mean? Just make it fun,
Right,
because a lot, people want to do something different on the weekends. Not just
Definitely.
fish the same thing every weekend.
Yeah, I've done a lot of the redfish tournaments. I like doing like a slam tournament, redfish, trout, snook, even like throw a snapper in there sometimes, a sheep's head. That's
Yeah.
always fun. The two redfish tournaments, a lot of times like there's that elite group of a lot of times just charter guides that
Yeah.
strictly fish redfish, and they seem to win over and over again.
Well,
And it's stiff competition, and that's really what it is in the day.
Yeah,
I like seeing, I like the slam tournaments. I really
those are
like
fun
those.
because you don't have no limit. You
Right.
can catch a 37-inch redfish and don't count.
Exactly.
It's funny you said that because Tampa Bay we have a lot of guides.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to fish artificial in Tampa Bay because every guide that does guide in Tampa Bay uses live bait.
Right.
These fish are used to waters getting chummed up, easy targets. This time of year when I do guide, when me and Kyle do go fishing with friends and stuff, I don't even use white bait this time of year.
Right.
One, they're small. You could get some big one mixed in, but you gotta remember the water temperature now is almost 90 degrees.
Warm, yeah.
Right.
These fish are lazy. The pressure's low and high, fluctuate. So, and I don't know if you all know, but typically redfish, snook, tarpon, grouper, they have a large air bladders. And what happens is with barometric pressure, when you have a fish with a large air bladder, when you have low pressure, it makes them uncomfortable. So what happens is you're fishing on a low pressure day. Those fish aren't focusing on eating; they're focusing on getting comfortable.
Right.
So they go towards they go down to the water column
Little bit
until
deeper.
they get comfortable. Maybe they'll focus on eating after that.
Right.
But when you're offshore fishing, it's different. All those fish have small air bladders, so their
Right,
body, their density is the same as the body of water surrounding them. So
Right.
it doesn't really affect them as much as our species we go after.
Right. Then
So
fish.
when you do fish, you do want to look for the pressures. If it's a good day, high pressure day, those fish will eat.
Definitely.
The best time to do it is not right after a storm. You wait 1 or 2 days after a storm. When it gets back to pressure, dude, you'll kill it.
Yeah.
Especially on the areas you would know where there's fish are. So that's the one thing we look for is the pressure. If you know they're going to be real, lethargic and not really feeling about eating in the summertime, which is almost all the time,
Right.
I use the cut bait at Village Pride. I don't even use thread fins. I actually go to Gandy Bait. They have these boxes called Village Pride, and it's just these
Big
huge thread
sardines.
fins. Are like the different breed, man.
Gotcha.
Crazy.
Gotcha.
And I use those to chum up the waters, and they do just as good, better, or even better than cut.
Right. It makes it
live
easier
bait.
for you. You don't have to throw that
Right.
net.
Oh, it stays clean too. That's another
Cool,
thing.
It's clean.
Well,
so-
let's wrap things up with recent story. I think I'm gonna start. I have a quick story. So I was fishing actually Whedon area about 2 weeks ago now in the evening, and a storm rolled through, and I was actually going for tailing redfish on the low tide.
Yeah.
Had my pastor out there, and like you said, the fish were kind of acting funky. They were
Yeah.
tailing, they weren't eating really well. I don't know
Yeah.
if it was the pressure from the anglers or the low pressure that we had due to the storm, but either way, they're kind of being a little bit finicky. But as soon as it started raining, the fish really started to light up. It was really odd. I'm not. I swear that redfish don't eat in the rain, but I have
You will
video.
get those.
Oh
in a
yeah,
bite, you know what I mean?
I have video of these fish, like this fish literally tailing, And my pastor cast this fish, and he's not, a phenomenal angler by any means, but he's a newer angler starting to learn, and we're teaching him right. And so he actually hooked and landed his biggest redfish, I believe, ever. Definitely his biggest sight-casted redfish on artificial for sure. Yep. And it was like a little over 30 inches, and it was really, really cool to see it in the rain, And then right after that, the storms blew in. We had to run back to Gandy, and I'm in a 13-foot Ginu. He's in a 15-foot.
Oh, wow.
Ginu.
Y'all went from Gandy all the way?
Luckily, we launched the kayak launch, so not on the other side of Gandy, like the Gandy boat ramp, but on the St. Pete side.
Okay.
But still, the storms are coming from the east.
route we took back, it was negative low tide at night, so the route we took back went into the deeper water, so it was still... It felt like we were in a washing machine and just completely.
And like I said, like you did a perfect example. They were eating right before that low pressure drop. That storm was rolling. Right. They don't like doing that. Like I said, they feel uncomfortable. Like if we felt uncomfortable, we're not going to want to eat. We're going to try to get to where we feel better, then start doing what we wanted to do.
Right.
They're just you just got to figure it out. Once you figure stuff like that, it's actually fun and it is. You will catch fish. There's going to be days, and I tell people this all the time. There's going to be days where you won't get a bite, but you're learning. So you're like, you know what? I'm not going there.
And not catching.
Yeah, I'm not going there for the tournament, but I do know now what I don't need to use.
Right.
Or you can see 100 fish in a flat, and you throw everything. And you're like, you know what? That didn't work, so let's try something else. They always have different colors and different artificials or whatever. So because they will be eating, and let's say you are fishing a flat. Last thing, there's a bunch of whitebait everywhere. So they're not gonna. You really have to fool this fish to get them to eat. Right. The best thing to do is throw something that's just crazy looking. So like what I actually
expecting.
So like coon, like we fished a tournament up in Coon Key, and there's whitebait everywhere, redfish everywhere, 40-inch snook everywhere, but they're just impossible to get. And then actually Kyle was catching the biggest trout I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking like 27, 28-inch trout on artificial. Absolutely huge fish. Yeah.
I'm so happy. That's so sad.
Man, you throw something that sticks out like a purple bait or like something real light, nuclear chicken color, that you have a better chance because it sticks out and maybe they will get their attention. It's better than getting their attention than not even wasting your time.
Might get that reaction strike. At least they see it and get some kind of.
And you could fake them to the point you're like, okay, you know what I mean? So
So
definitely that as well.
To finish, I know you told me about the story earlier about
I want to hear this.
Cast netting bait.
So it was
what happened?
So it was in the springtime. This is when the bait was loaded at Howard Franklin.
Right.
Loaded. I mean, one and done. And we're talking 6-inch baits.
Big old threadfin or
no white bait. All white bait, not a threadfin in sight.
Wow.
So I mark on his Lowrance. And I go, Kyle, you gotta throw right there. That is all red. That's all bait. He throws on it. I'm reversing my boat, and I'm like, why am I not going anywhere? I'm like, oh no, he got stuck on the piling because I was literally in reverse hard. I was just not even moving.
Right.
But then I started to back up a little bit, and he goes, I see something in the net.
No.
So we're looking. We pull up, and there's about what would you say? How many?
10.
About 10 drum that were over 40 pounds in a 10-foot net.
Jeez.
Absolutely destroyed the net. And these guys came out, what'd you get? Y'all get the bait? We're like, no, we got drum. He's like, damn, that sucks. But dude, I'm talking like 40-pound drum, man. I mean, huge, 10 of them in the net. And we knew never, ever to go to that spot again. Yep. So now we go fishing. When we do catch bait, we go to the main span, man, and get our bait there. But, dude, that was probably the craziest cast netting story I've ever had.
400 pounds of drum in your net?
Yeah,
I don't know how we got it up, honestly, like how the net didn't break.
Shoulder still hurts.
bet.
But I mean, to put my boat in a complete stop in the water.
Right.
I mean, you
reminds
guys,
me of pulling out Jewfish from the causeway back in Santa Fe.
Yeah, we had literally me and him had to like get him out. Getting him out was probably worse than pulling him in.
Right.
And then the whole boat was just disgusting after, because they do smell. But yeah, never again, man. Never. I recommend never go under the small bridge parts of Howard Franklin and throw on a solid red mark because it's end up going to be.
Reminds me of one of our other guys who fishes Howard Franklin, Eli Rico, always slaying the drum. But hey, man, thank you for your time.
Yeah, man.
We are so excited to have you on board.
Same here.
As
really looking forward to it.
Part of the family. And just to reiterate, you're using the 2500s with the large handle, and these handles are interchangeable. Yeah, man, we're excited. Thanks for coming by, stopping by.
Thanks for having us, man. Honestly, it was a really good time.
Sure. And so this is episode 3 or 4?
Number 4 for us.
Number 4 of the podcast, episode 1 of our webisode at the Super Secret Headquarters of Florida Fishing Products in downtown Tampa.
Blur it out, guys.
Hello, Sykes. Yes, thank you. Thanks a ton.
Alrighty.
Yeah, appreciate your time, man. For you listeners, be sure to check out the other 3 episodes on our website at www.floridafishingproducts.com. Check us out at Facebook at Florida Fishing Products and follow us on Instagram at Florida_fishing_products. Thanks for listening and good fishing. And that's our
See you later.
call.